I have just seen the dumbest, dumbest reasoning slash take for an MMA fight that I have ever seen. A gentleman known as Blood and Breakdown, who released his first ever prediction video talking about UFC Freedom 250. I see this pop up on recommended. I'm like, do you know what? I'll give it a try. I'll see what this young guy, this up and comer. I'll see what he's doing. Let's see what his head's at. Looking through, he says, Diego Lopez, round two submission. Like, okay, I can see that. He said knockout. Yeah, he said not. He said round two knockout. I can see that. I said submission, but is what it is. He said Bo Nickel by submission, I believe, as well. Like, okay, all right, I can see that. I can see that. And I'm going through this video like, yo, this guy knows what he's talking about. There's no bias here. There's no stupid reasoning. There's nothing like that. It's a very good, honest video. Then we get to the Pereira Garn fight. Now, I don't know if this guy's just biased or he's just dumb because he gives all the right he gives all the right disadvantages and advantages for each fighter. But then when it comes to his final prediction, it's so bad. It makes no sense. So I'm just gonna play it for you guys, and then I'm gonna explain why this is just dumb.
The smooth stick and move style striking with the amazing footwork, I think that's going to be enough. It's a very hot take, but personally, I just don't know how Pereira will perform at heavyweight.
So this guy, right, in all his infinite wisdom, says the slick striking and the amazing footwork combination of Ciryl Gane will be enough to defeat Alex Pereira, one of the greatest strikers we have ever seen in the UFC and one of the greatest glory kickboxers we have also ever seen. Come on, brother. I mean, listen, all right, Gane, he's got good footwork and he is quite slick with it. But come on, bro. I mean, Adesanya had great footwork. Look what happened to him. He got knocked out. And in their second fight, before Pereira got a bit overconfident and got knocked out, Pereira was whooping Adesanya and he was catching him with that lower calf kick. And we'll come back to the calf kicks later, actually. He was getting him with that calf kick. Even Adesanya said after the fight, he was feeling it. He was saying, again, he got me with a calf kick. That's what Adesanya was saying. So I don't think this is a suitable reason. And yes, we've not seen Alex Pereira perform at heavyweight, but we've seen him perform throughout his career at a high level, whether that was light heavyweight or middleweight when he was fully draining himself. This is a completely buffed up, super powered Alex Pereira, who's weighed in heavier than Ciryl Gane. He's 251. That power is going to carry over, and I think Gane's going to get caught, and I think Pereira's going to put him out. Moving on.
With Pereira carrying around that big ass booty, bro, I've seen that shit. It looks like a BBL. He's going to gas out quick.
This guy then wants to make the claim that Pereira's going to gas out because of his wham cheeks. Now, let me tell you something about Pereira's wham cheeks. His wham cheeks ain't gassing out anytime soon. We've only seen Pereira deadly tired one time, I mean, realistically. And it was the fight against Jan Blachowicz in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is very high above sea level and is a common region, common place where fighters tend to gas more often because of the lower oxygen at the high altitude. So there is no history of Pereira gassing. I know he's heavier now, okay? I know he's a big boy, but this guy's been training hard. I mean, do we not think that he's a two-weight champion for a reason, going for a third in not one sport, in two sports, a two weight class champion. You make the suggestion, the irk. You think that Pereira's going to gas out? Listen, right. We've not even spoken about the humidity, okay? Pereira, this man grew up in Brazil, okay? Brazil, where it's hot, it's humid, it's warm, bro. And my guy Gane, he's grown up in France, man. It's not that warm in France, brother. I mean, the only place in France where it's warm is the bakery where they're making the baguettes. That's about it. Pereira is going to be more used to that humid outside nature because of where he grew up and his lifestyle and his whole life growing up in Brazil. He's going to be more used to that compared to Gane, and that's going to give him the advantage. So I think Gane's going to gas out quicker than Pereira.
Basically, every fighter at heavyweight has knockout power. So it's nothing new for Cyril Gane.
Now, this is true. Every fighter at heavyweight has knockout power. But how does that stop Pereira from knocking out Gane? Like, explain this. Now, I get it. Okay, he fought in Ngannou and he turned Ngannou into a wrestler, but that's because Ngannou had no knees. He had no ACLs or something like that in his fight. He had to tape up both his knees because they were destroyed. And your power, it comes from the legs, that's in your hips and your rotation. That's where your power comes from. And so Ngannou never really had the opportunity to land a big shot like that. He's fought Tuivasa, to be fair, and if I remember correctly, he got wobbled by Tuivasa, and he felt the effects, but Tuivasa was unable to finish the job. And in my opinion, Alex Pereira is a much better finisher than Tai Tuivasa, especially in recent times. So with this heavier, Alex Pereira is more dangerous than ever with the power. The power is going to be there like never before. So I really feel like this is a weak point to put Gane, to give Gane the edge over Pereira in this fight.
And the footwork will be too much for Alex. I reckon Gane's going to be dipping in and out of range, popping that jab, and Pereira won't be able to get that leg kick off, I don't think. So I'm going Gane by decision, easily.
Now, we're circling back, right? We're coming full circle, right? The calf kick. He doesn't think that Pereira will be able to get off the calf kick. I mean, he doesn't even explain why. He just says that Gane's got good footwork and all that, and, he thinks Gane's going to be dipping in and out of his jab. But Pereira's seen this before. He's got so much experience. He's one of the greatest strikers of all time in any sport, okay? And so Pereira, yes, he's not the biggest mover, and he's going to be even less of a mover at heavyweight when he's carrying what? Well, he was 185 against Adesanya. Well, he wasn't because he bulked back up, but you know what I'm saying. Every time he fights, he bulks back up. So he's got another 30 pounds on him. That's a lot of weight, to be fair. And yeah, Pereira's never been the most agile, fluent guy with his movement, but that's how he fights, and he's never going to change. And he's fought guys who have better mover than him in the past, which is pretty much everyone. They're all better movers than him, apart from Sean Strickland, who just walks forwards. Most of them are better movers than Alex Pereira. Khalil Brownshire, he was always bouncing up and down, but look what happened. He got tired. Gane's going to get tired in this fight. He's not going to be jumping in and out for the whole fight. There's no way. It's just not possible. I think he could do it in an arena, but in this circumstance where it's more humid and it's warmer, I don't think that's going to be possible. I just don't. I don't think the jab popping in and out is going to happen. And plus, the leg kicks of Alex Pereira, they're sensational. I mean, they're phenomenal. Adesanya said it himself. They just hit different. He's got them Shama leg kicks. He's got Shama power to them. You know what I'm saying? And I think he will be able to get them off. I think he'll be able to time the leg kicks really well because of all that kickboxing experience in the past. And I think he's going to end up knocking out Gane. I'm going for a late knockout though, round 5 actually, round 5 knockout. So he's saying Gane decision easily. Might say, did you hear that? This guy saying easily. Pereira's going to lose. Man's going for a third world title and saying easily. Please, I mean, I highly recommend you check out this video because the rest of his picks I honestly agree with. I think all of them, apart from the Pereira one. I think we just have a couple of different ideas on the finishes and stuff like that, but I can see where he's coming from on some of those. Like I said, sub round 2 for Lopez, and I think he said knockout round 2 for Lopez, which I can see that. Lopez is good striking. You know what I'm saying? I think he said submission for Bo Nickel as well. I can see that. Bo Nickel's he's a good wrestler. He's going to use his grappling. I can see a submission for Bo Nickel. But this Pereira shout, it's what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Casual, immediate casual check, fraud check. One video in. I mean, come on. But I'm gonna stay on this guy, Blood and Breakdown, and we'll see what happens in the future. So, thanks for watching. Peace. God bless.